What's up, guys? We're going live this evening. I haven't done this in a long time, and I'm actually just trying it out in my garage. Sorry if there's a little bit of background noise. Let me know if you can see and hear everything. I have a fan blowing in here because it's actually a little hot today, so I don't know what was going on with the weather. But gonna wait for a few more people to come in if they're going to join us, and basically just chat. If you guys have any questions, I'll see if I have any answers. And yeah, just talk with you guys a little bit. Oh, here we go. We have some people joining us. How's it going? Pimentel. You know, Pimentel is actually my grandparents' name. That was their last name on my mom's side. My mom's maiden name is Pimentel. Portuguese name from the Azores. So that's kind of cool when I saw that. Pimentel. What's up? Mike's Meticulous. Good evening, guys. We are just going live, and I haven't done this in a while. I mentioned that in the beginning, but wanted to just go on live and talk with you guys, answer any questions. And a lot of the guys, the detailers that went out to Scottsdale for the Turtle Wax event, have been going live and chatting. So if you guys have any questions about that, feel free to ask, and I'll hopefully have some answers for you. So I'll be periodically looking at, oh, my thumb gets in the way, that's annoying. I'll be periodically looking at the comments here and trying to do that at the same time, and answering any questions that you have. So let's see here. How's it going? What's my favorite ceramic coating? Ooh, well, right now I've been using the CarPro Sea Quartz UK edition, the 3.0 stuff. So easy to use, so nice, and really gets good results. I already did a maintenance wash in a vehicle I hadn't touched in 6 months, and it looked like it was just applied. Awesome, awesome. How's it going? What's up, Papa Smurf? Just saw you pop up on my phone. Cool. Gotta fix your fence. Oh, man. High winds. Oh, sorry about that. That's crazy. What's your point of view on low pressure wash? Do you mean like those little pump up systems, or like the little battery operated systems? Is that what you mean by low pressure wash? I thought about those, actually. That's kind of cool. Puerto Rico, awesome. Yes, okay. Yeah, I haven't tried those low pressure wash systems, but I would think in areas where you have, where you can't use a pressure washer or free flowing water, I think actually that would be a good idea to put like O&R or a type of O&R system in there, and use that to wash vehicles. That can actually be really cool. I've seen in the past, years ago, and I had thought about this too, and I never made it. I still might make it myself. To go to Harbor Freight and buy one of those spray tools, like spraying paint on vehicles run by your air compressor, and it draws from a source, and you can put any type of liquid in there and essentially almost have a low pressure but kind of a medium pressure system using your air compressor with the PSI, maybe around 100, maybe 90 or so. You actually get some pressure, and you actually blow out some of the O&R solution onto your paint, and that can actually be really good to use as a pre-wash also, which would be cool. So some cool ideas there that I've seen years ago, but not a lot of guys implement it. What's the best product for headliners? Guys, I have some videos on my Patreon. I'm trying to push the Patreon thing. I don't know if that's going to go anywhere or not. But I did some raw footage using my cell phone. That's what I'm using right now. And I was using I don't have it with me in here, the Turtle Wax upholstery cleaner in the aerosol can with that little brush thing. I don't use that little brush on the headliner. Guys, that stuff is insane for cleaning carpets and upholstery. The headliners, that's my secret weapon now for cleaning headliners, is that upholstery. I think it's just the Power Out upholstery cleaner from Turtle Wax. Incredible stuff. It's very light on the headliner. You're not oversaturating it because it's a foam, but you use that foam, you dab it on with a microfiber towel. If you have a steamer, use a little bit of steam because it does help. And just keep dabbing it and use a dry microfiber. Spots disappear. It's awesome. What's up, Mean Bee? Quentin, how's it going? I know. I haven't done a live stream in a long, long time. I got to do more of them. I want to start doing them on the weekends and just to chat with you guys. So, have I ever tried the CSI Q7? No, I haven't, but I have been seeing a lot Sean from Blue Tech Mobile Detailing and Darren from Auto Fetish use those products. They look really nice, so I'm going to give them a shot. I'm going to try some of them. Just looking down the comments here. What size is your mobile pull-behind trailer, and where do you get the pressure washer reel? So the size is a 6x10 enclosed trailer, and it's just over 6 feet, so I can stand in it. It's like right there at my head, and I'm 6'2", so it really works well. I can stand in there with no problem. The pressure washer setup that I have is really cool, actually. I kind of had it kind of custom built from a local company that's here, and they specialize in that, called Pressure Works. They're in Richmond, and it's an old horizontally opposed 5 horsepower engine that I put an AR pump on, a really nice one. I did spend like $500 or $600 on that setup. Just the pump in the setup alone was that much. But it's a recirculating system, so it recirculates back into my water tank. That way, when I'm not using it and it's on, it's not building up water in the pump. It pushes it back into the tank and recirculates it. Therefore, fresh water, cool water, always going through the pump. So it's actually a really nice system to use. I can keep it on, which is nice. What's a good tree sap remover? So I will use... Man, I don't have any of my products in here that I want to show. I will use Geon Tar. That works really, really well. It works great on tar, and it's gentle enough to use on sap. Sometimes it removes it, sometimes it doesn't. So I will use lacquer thinner. Yeah, just pure lacquer thinner. It removes it quick, and yeah, it might soften up the paint a little bit. It might mar the paint a little bit, but if I'm removing sap, I'm going to hit that area with the polisher really quick, and then it cleans up any light marring that the lacquer thinner may have left. So that's not a problem. I'll just use straight lacquer thinner, just dab it on with a microfiber towel gently and remove the sap. It removes it instantly. It's really, really fast. But if you want to go least aggressive, hit it with Geon Tar, or any of your basic tar and bug removers that you can buy locally. Start with those first, and then use lacquer thinner. What's the best product to remove paint transfer or scuff marks? Lacquer thinner. It's another secret weapon. Again, just be careful with it. It's strong. So that's what I use. I'll use lacquer thinner to remove those scuffs. Comes right off. Just hit it with a polish or a wax right after, and you'll be fine. It doesn't harm anything. What's up, Tony from Rawl's Detail? I'm late? Nah, you're not that late. I've just been a couple of minutes in here. I really don't know how long I'm going to be on here. As long as I can, answering your questions. So, I'm going to be looking down some of the comments here. Thanks, Mean Bee. Yeah, I'm going to do another little tour of my trailer. In fact, I can't really tell you what I'm doing just yet, but I am doing a collaboration with somebody, and I'll show you a little bit of the ins and outs of our trailer, but I can't really tell you just yet. You have a... Oh, okay, so 10 Fish Fisher. Hey, bud, I have a buffer from Harbor Freight. Works pretty good, but I'm thinking about getting a new type of buffer. Oh, which one do you have from Harbor Freight? Is it the dual action polisher? Because I forget if it was Chicago Tools, whatever they used to call that brand. I've seen a couple of guys say that was pretty good. Is it the dual action one, the DA polisher? Don't be scared of lacquer thinner. No, don't worry about it. Just use it very gently. I've been using it for years, and I used to use it when I was painting bumpers. I needed it, and I found out that it works very, very well. It can remove tar, glue residue, all that stuff, and scientifically, I guess technically, it will soften the paint. It makes it very easy to mar, softens it, but isopropyl alcohol also does that. It makes the paint swell and expand and softens it. But it's clear coat. It will reharden again within a few minutes or hours and be fine. So that's not a problem. Don't worry about using lacquer thinner. Just use it very gently and carefully and safely, and you will be fine. You'll be amazed at how much stuff it can remove and take care of. If I don't need to use lacquer thinner, I'll use another type of solvent. Goodness, this is sad. I had these products. Oh, here we go. Okay, so this stuff right here, this is a Cosmoline remover. So this can work well to remove some tar bits, some glue residue and stuff like that. This is made from Melco. It's actually pretty good. Or you can get the Rust-Oleum wax and tar remover. You can use this as a prep paint. paint prep also. Um, it's not great at removing tar bits. It's not like Geon Tar that melts them right away. This stuff doesn't do it. I've tested, I've sprayed it on side by side with tar remover, with Geon Tar, and the Geon Tar wins every single time. Dissolves them like nothing, while this stuff doesn't quite dissolve it. This is more for just removing, it's leaking on me. For just removing light stuff. So, yeah, I still use some of these, but again, these fail. Lacquer thinner will remove anything and everything. So, let me go down the chat list here. For some reason, it disappears on my phone, and I have to physically go in and scroll down it. Yes, dual action. Okay. If you are thinking about getting another dual action machine, there's a lot of other cheap ones on Amazon and eBay, ranging from like $50 to $80, $90. Some of those are good, some of them are not. I would spend the money and get the Porter cable, the 7424 XP, well known across the detail community. It's an awesome dual action polisher. It's powerful. I've used mine for years, since I started, like 10 years ago. Awesome polisher. So it's around $100, maybe 120 or something on Amazon. That's one of the best all-purpose polishers, DA polishers that you can get. If you want to step it up and go the Rupes line or the Flex line, you can. Those do cost a lot more money. But if you're just starting out, get the Porter cable 7424 XP. I think it's 7424. I get those numbers all mixed up. But the Porter cable XP polisher. Go for that one, because that one is a really good polisher. So, yeah. So Quentin from Mean Bee says he has that polisher. And okay. Oh, so Mean Bee, do you mean you have the Harbor Freight one, or do you have the Porter cable one? I gotta catch up on all these comments. Let's see. How do you remove haze from a rotary? Oh, okay. Look at the questions coming in, man. Let me see if I can catch up on these. Okay, let me answer that one for Ivan here. How do you remove haze from a rotary? You mean like buffer trails or holograms, I call them. Holograms or buffer trails are actually pretty easy to remove. You'd be surprised. You can use a single stage polish will remove holograms and the buffer trails left over from that. So something like 3D1, I'm sure, 3D Speed does it no problem using either a compounding pad, like a foam orange Lake Country pad or Buff and Shine pad, or even the DA pad, the microfiber disc from Meguiar's. That works really, really well. So, yeah, you can remove that type of buffer trails or hologramming from a rotary. So I hope that answers your question. Let's see. Oh, cool. Mean Bee, the Porter cable. Yeah. So awesome polisher. Yep, I love it. Oh, I forgot about the Griot 6-inch polisher. Yeah. $150 for the Griots. Okay, so either one of those. I haven't tried it, but I have seen them. I think they're on par, I believe. Some people just prefer one over the other. But the Griots or the Porter cable, those should be your go-to polishers. I wouldn't go too cheap, because you never know what you're going to get with those DA polishers that you find on Amazon or eBay. How long do you use a single polishing pad? It all depends. If I'm just doing a super light polish on a vehicle, an entire vehicle, it depends. Sometimes I can get away with just one pad, but I try not to. At least two. I'll kind of split the vehicle in half. And if the pad is not gumming up with any type of residue or polish or anything like that, then I can continue with that pad. And I blow it out with the air compressor. That makes a big difference, cleaning out your pads in between panels. So generally, I would say if it's just light polishing, 2 pads, maybe 3 on your vehicle. If you're worried about it, use multiple pads. But with my real-world results, if it's just light polishing, then it's not that bad. Just clean your pads out regularly. Yeah, buffer. Okay, so you did mean buffer trails. Yeah. So use a DA polisher. My go-to are these orange pads. I just started using these from these newer style ones from Lake Country, and I got these. I'm gonna put a plug in. Car Guy Supplies. I buy them at Car Guy Supplies, and These are really, really nice pads. I just used them the other day on my own vehicle, and I was demonstrating. I have a video coming out, kind of like a beginner's polishing video, how to do a single stage and then how to do like a full paint correction just on the panel here. Man, these cut really, really well. These are awesome. They also have the blue ones, and these are more of their heavier cut. These are also really, really nice. They're perfect, and I like the size. These are 5.5 inch. I don't go any larger with my polisher. I like 5.5 inch pads. I feel you get better control, better rotation, and use these with 3D1, 3D speed, M205, whatever light polish that you have or one step that you have, and you'll get good results with these with your Porter cable or your DA machine. I'm going to scroll down here, check out some of the comments. Cool. Can you use a machine polisher if you have a paint chip, or should I hand polish that section? I've gone over paint chips with a polisher. It shouldn't be a problem. I mean, if a paint chip that's like the size of your thumbnail and you actually see the edge of it, and you can catch the edge of the paint chip, don't go near it with your polisher. It'll scrape up your pad. It'll mess up your pad. But if you're talking about a little paint chip, like a small one that's not coming up, you can go right over it with your polisher in your pad. That's not a big deal. Just make sure there's no edges on those paint chips, and you should be fine. So hope that answers your question. Cool. I love it that some of you guys on here answer the other guys' questions. Thanks, Quentin, for answering some of those questions. Let's see. What's a good, inexpensive finishing polish to use after a compound? So, guys, man, my go-to has been M205. I know it's kind of a antiquated polish. Some guys still use it. I still use it. I love it. But I just switched over to 210. Again, you can buy it at Car Guy Supplies. You can buy it on Amazon. But the new Ultra Pro finishing polish that they came out with, what did they come out with this? 2 years ago? Last year? I forget. This stuff is awesome. I just used it. Again, I have a video demonstrating it. It finishes so nice, and it wipes off like a breeze. So, at least I was using it in the garage. I didn't use it out in the sun or like outside yet, but I really like this. This is going to be my go-to finishing polish for now. I used to use HD polish. I don't like it anymore. They changed the formula. Something happened with it. I don't like it anymore. You can get away with 3D speed or HD speed as a finishing polish if you're just going to wax or seal, you can, or just use that as your finish. If you're going to ceramic coat, use something like 210. You can use some of the Minzerna stuff. I do have like the 3800 from Minzerna that I use, but sometimes it's a little temperamental with humidity. This stuff, I feel like it works really, really well in humidity. It was hot the other day in here, and it worked great. Wiped off, no problem. So, yeah, no problem. I'm going to check out some of the comments here. Yeah, and actually this polish, you mentioned inexpensive. 205 is pretty inexpensive, but this 210, you get it in this, and you use very little of it. You don't have to go crazy with this polish. Little goes a long way with that polish. It's great. Let's see. Checking some of the comments. How do you like to clean out your foam pads when you're using them during a correction? So I kind of use Jim White's method from White Details. I really like his way of doing it. Keeps everything very controlled and clean. He takes a 5-gallon bucket, takes a bottle of water, a spray bottle, sprays the side of the bucket, and he will take his air compressor and put the polisher, kind of in the bucket so it's contained in there, and he blows the pad out in the bucket. So the idea is all that residue will be blown onto the wet sides of the bucket and stay there, not blow into the air. And I found that to be really, really good. If I'm outside, then I just blow it off into the air, and with the air compressor. The air compressor works great. It's less aggressive. I don't use brushes on the pads that often because I feel that maybe it breaks up the foam a little bit. So the air compressor blows everything out. Sometimes I spray a little bit of water on the pad, blow it out, and kind of pat it dry with a microfiber towel, put more product, and continue working. And that does keep your pad much, much cleaner and much cooler as well, blowing it out with the air compressor. So I like that method. So hope that helps you out, Quentin. That's actually a really nice method. Check out Jim White's White Details videos. I got that idea from him. And he even modified it, putting like a hole in the side of the bucket and then putting his air compressor through it and kind of keeping it all self-contained. I'm sure some of you guys can probably build a really cool system like that where it's all self-contained. I've even seen Jason Otternis from Chicago Auto Pros try to make a system like that that actually looked pretty cool. So yeah, that's a good way of cleaning out your pads. So let's see, checking out some of the comments. Just think about getting a pull-behind trailer for my mobile detailing. Man, ever since I switched over to the trailer, I love it. I love it. It is awesome. I still have to get it graphics. It's been about a year since I bought that trailer. I still need to put graphics on it, hopefully soon. 6 by 10, I think it's a perfect size. You can go smaller, but I want it to stand up in it. I wanted a side door, and I wanted the back doors, barn-style doors, so they open, because you can hang stuff on all the doors and everything. So if you're going to get it, make sure you can stand in it. You don't want to be hunching. I had a trailer like that a long time ago when I was doing mobile bumper painting. I had to hunch like this inside the trailer all the time, and it was horrible. So get one that you can stand up in and work comfortably, and you'll love it. It'll be like a little shop that you can tow around. You can put your heater in there. If you want to go crazy, you can put a little air conditioner in there. You can put a top vent and air conditioner. And I put my coffee maker in there in the winter time and my heater, and it's so nice. I did worry about going into areas where it wouldn't fit. I've had some areas where I couldn't work or something, but the customer worked it out. I always tell them when I book an appointment, I have a trailer, I need to be on level ground, and I need to have plenty of space around me. So it's worked out. It's been a year, and I don't really run into any more problems. So let's see. What's the difference between the Rupes polisher and a DA? They're both DA. They're both dual action polisher. The Rupes polisher is just more powerful. I like the shape of it. It's a little bit more ergonomic, and I think that it actually works better. I think it cuts better for paint corrections and all-in-ones and paint enhancements. I only use my Porter cable now for wax and sealant application. That's it. Because it's lighter, and I can just hold it with one hand, and I can zip across the hood and whatever I need to do, and it's very easy for me. The Rupes polisher has a longer throw, it's called. The DA, the Porter cable has, I believe, an 8mm throw, which means the oscillation head throws 8mm, while the 15, which is my Rupes 15, the LHR 15, or you can get the 21, the 15 is the millimeter size, the oscillation size. So it's rotating, but you know it's also oscillating, kind of vibrating, going up and down. So it's 15mm throw. So it's actually pushing a little bit more. So it's doing more work, essentially. So it has more power, and I use that for my paint corrections. It cuts faster and a little bit better than just your Porter cable polisher. I've done paint corrections with the Porter cable before, and it takes a lot longer. The Rupes does make it a lot easier, and it's smoother as well. So that's the differences. Hope that answers your question, 10 Fish. Let's see. Favorite ceramic coating? Right now I've been going back and forth between the CarPro C Quartz, the UK edition 3.0. I love that stuff. I have it back there somewhere. There we go. All there. Yeah, that stuff is great. Awesome to use, even for a beginner. Very user-friendly, easy to use, and produces awesome results. I love it. I have a couple of videos that I already did. If you want to check out the rest of the channel and the videos, that I did some maintenance washes on, and I applied it. Man, it's awesome. Now, guys, I only applied one. I'm usually just a one-layer guy when it comes to ceramic coatings. I know you're supposed to sometimes apply 2 layers. People want to apply 2 layers. With the Gion or the Gion products, it's pronounced Gion, I learned. It is a multi-layer system. You're supposed to multi-layer. That's not a big deal, so I do that. But the C Quartz, I've gotten away with 1 layer, and it can last up to 2 years. I have seen it. So it's pretty awesome. If you put another layer, that's fine. If you want to put gliss on top of it as a top coat, that's fine too. Those coatings are affordable and very easy to use, and the durability on them is amazing. Awesome stuff. I love it. Do I detail full time? Yes, I do. So, been doing it for 10 years now. My wife and I work together. We do it together. And we've been doing it for 10 years. So, I'll let you guys in on what we're trying to do, because, guys, as you know, with mobile detailing, it can be rough. The elements, man, the weather can really throw your schedule out of whack, and it can just be rough on your body. And I don't want to be doing it for life. So I'm going to try to push this channel a little bit more, and I don't want to become just a YouTube detailer. I mean, that's nice because it means you don't have to work physically so hard, but I think I'll always be detailing. Always. Hopefully not full time completely, but I want to push this channel into kind of a training program type of channel. We're going to be offering training here in Richmond also. Me and Andre from Wings Mobile Detailing is another friend of mine, detailer in the area. He has an awesome big business. He just exploded over the past couple of years. We're actually considering doing just a small training program, like a one-on-one session, or like max 2 people at one time to do hands-on training. So if someone is in the local area or even a few hours away, we've had some people request they're a few hours away, and they just want some extra training on paint corrections, or just have some questions answered. If they already started a business, how do they get more customers? How could they be more profitable or faster, or just better techniques? You know, I'd love to share that type of stuff, and I would love to do training one-on-one. I thought, you know, that would be nice. When I first started, that would have been nice for me. I would have appreciated that. And yeah, we'll be charging for it, but you know, we do have 10 years experience in straight out mobile detailing and paint corrections, and I mean, we've faced so many different challenges. I want to share that with someone who's just starting out. And there's so many things out there, so many challenges that people come across that, you know, some I was able to overcome, some I'm still trying to overcome. You know, it's still a learning process. I don't know everything. But if I can help somebody out, then I want to. So what do you guys think about that? I mean, if you're in, I don't know, close to Richmond, if you're a few hours away, would you be willing to travel or even want to pay for like a one-on-one or 2 people max? I don't want any more than that. I don't want it to be a big classroom. I want it to be small so that it's individualized. You know, I think even just one-on-one is better because you get the full attention. Especially if you're going to pay for it, you will get full attention from either me or Andre. Andre is kind of more the business guy, and I'm more of the laborer. I'm the grunt worker. You know, like I want to help someone actually do the physical hands-on training and work and answer all your questions as best as I can, and show you, you know, what products work for me and where to buy them and all that good stuff. So what do you guys think about that? Is that something that would be reasonable? And also, I don't know about pricing. So what price would you guys reasonably want to pay for one-on-one training for like one day? One day, if you had to travel a few hours, spend one entire day with us or me or whatever, one-on-one training, and I just spill my guts on all sorts of detailing stuff and just try to answer your questions and one-on-one. What do you guys think? Would that be something you would want to do or pay for even? So let me know. I'm going to look at some of the comments here. I've been blabbing for a while. How was it meeting the car cleaning guru? Man, that guy was so cool. His name is Joe. So humble. I met him in the hallway as we were going down to dinner for the first, before the event, that Turtle Wax event. And I noticed him from a distance. Right away you notice. He's so tall, skinny guy. And I noticed him from a distance. I mean, literally, it was maybe like 75 feet away. And I instantly knew who he was. And as he passed by, he didn't know who I was. At least I don't think he did. And I said, I know you. And he looks at me and I'm like, car cleaning guru, right? And he's like, yeah. And I asked his name and introduced him and my wife and everything. And he's such a cool guy. Super humble, laid back, really nice guy. But again, he's full of knowledge. And yeah, he's got such a cool accent too. I'm sure you guys enjoy watching his videos. So let's see, look down some of the list here. What polisher do you use right now to do paint corrections? My trusty first generation Rupes LHR 15. I bought that thing from buffdaddy.com, so Kevin Brown's site. And if you're going to buy a machine, you can buy it on Amazon. I'm going to recommend you buy the machine from buffdaddy.com. Not getting paid to say that, and I bought it, oh man, how long ago was it? 5 years ago? I have the same machine 5 years ago, and I only replaced the cord on it, and that was it. minimal maintenance. I did replace the backing plate once, and I need to replace it again because it has the washer mod in it. And that backing plate, after a year or two, you need to replace it. Buy it from BuffDaddy.com because Kevin Brown, if you need any help, he will call you personally. I send an email in on his website and said, hey, I'm having a problem. I thought it was my trigger that was broken. And he called me literally like 5 minutes later. And it was Kevin Brown. And super cool guy. And he told me exactly what the problem was. He's like, nope, it's the cord. Just buy a new cord. It's easy. Open it up. Replace it. You'll be golden. And that's what it was. So the customer service alone, I mean, amazing. He even threw in like a bunch of extra pads in the package that I bought. It was like $500 at the time that I bought that Rupes polisher. And he threw in like a bunch of the Rupes pads in there. He's just such a cool guy and an amazing innovator too. Makes all sorts of cool accessories for the Rupes polishers. So yeah, I use that. I use the Rupes polisher for all my paint corrections. It's awesome. Let's see. Looking down some of these questions. Oh, so some of you guys are interested. $200 or so. That's a possibility. I know you guys, some of you guys do want to make it affordable. So we'll see. We'll see about pricing. Because again, I am taking like one full day out to do it and using my products and chemicals and stuff. So we'll see on pricing. I've been checking around what other classes, what other training places charge. And I do have to have some sort of an idea. It might be higher than that though. Sorry. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Let's see. What's up, O&R? Has anyone at the Turtle Wax event not who they portray in their videos? Let's see. I pretty much met everybody. At least the actual YouTuber guys. There's a few other photographers and like other bloggers there that I didn't know, but they're not known as detailers. Pan was awesome. Brian from Apex. Very quiet guy, but man, he thinks a lot. He kind of sits back and watches. And Brian is so full of knowledge. I got a chance to just chat with him at the bar at the end of the day. And he's so full of knowledge. He uses so many products. He tests so many products. He has extensive knowledge of detailing and products. He's been doing it for a long, long time. And he's a very chill guy. He's really cool. John from Forensics, he's hilarious. He's cool. He's exactly who he is on video. Pan, yep, same guy. Brian from Fab, he's exactly the same. He's cool. Got to meet Quentin from Mean Bee. I know you're probably on here if you're still on here. I didn't really know him before, but got to meet him and his wife, and he's just down-to-earth, normal guy. Super fun to hang out with. Who else? Oh, there's a couple of other guys. Yeah, I really think a lot of them were exactly who they seem to be, on their channels. That was just a really fun event to meet all those guys. Let's see. What's up, Ryan? Checking some of these questions out. Do I use a low foam extracting soap or just water? I just use water in the extractor. So I don't use any type of soap in there. I just bought a professional rinsing, like an acid rinse to use in the extractor that I'm going to try out. And that is supposed to neutralize alkaline cleaners. It's supposed to prevent browning, which is actually, I found out, oxidizing. So high alkaline cleaners, if you use them on light carpets, even on dark carpets, you just don't see it. The browning effect that you see is actually the high alkaline compounds oxidizing and turning brown. So it's not necessarily a stain returning, it is the cleaner actually turning brown. So you need to neutralize that because any water will activate it and it will continue to turn brown. Or sometimes it will have that stain return because it's in the underlayment underneath. So even with an extractor, it doesn't get everything all the time, especially if it's a really bad spill. You got to keep going over it and over it and over and over it. So I'm trying this new rinsing agent that you put in the extractor. We're going to see how it works in neutralizing any of those high alkaline cleaners in your carpets. So let's just look down some here. Is there detailing insurance? Have you ever had a mishap with a customer's car? I asked because I like to break into it, but worried about messing something up. So detailing insurance, we have, what is it? Oh, that's sad. I already forgot what it's called. State Farm. That's what it is. State Farm. So State Farm bundles everything. It's called Garage Keepers Insurance. And yes, it will actually protect you as a mobile service working on somebody else's car. I've never had a mishap. I've never had to worry about messing anything up on anyone's vehicle. So I've been very fortunate with that. With the 10 years, I have not messed anything up. And if anything did mess up, there were a few like plastic pieces, underneath the chairs, those little plastic guards that protect the bolts over the seat. Some of those little clips will snap off just because they do. So I'm very careful about those. But I've told the customer, and they're like, not a problem. Just snap them back on. They fit there, and it's not a problem. I would have offered to pay, but, something like that, no. But if I were to, for instance, forget to put it into park or something and it hits a wall, then, yeah, my insurance would cover that. And that would be on me. But that's why we're just super, super careful. It's just me and my wife who do it, so I don't have employees. I don't have to worry about anybody else touching the car. But yeah, it's just me. So Garage Keepers Insurance, that's what you want to look for. And just ask as many questions as possible for your insurance provider to make sure that you are covered. So I'm going to look down some of these questions here. New subscriber, how's it going? XX Vendevtex X1, that's a lot to say. My first video I saw from you was the hydrosilics. Just wanted to know how you still felt on the product. I tried it, wasn't impressed. Yeah, I know. I wasn't impressed either. The first week or two, it beat it up, and then it felt like it was gone after that. I don't know. I wasn't too impressed with it. I don't even use it anymore. So, yeah, I've moved on to other products. Bead Maker I love. I do love Bead Maker. I use it all the time. I have a gallon of it. I buy it from Car Guy Supplies. They have it. You can buy it on Amazon. I love that stuff. That stuff works awesome. I know it's not the same type of thing. You have to apply it, by hand, but I don't care. It's easy. It smells good. It's super slick. I think it's better, personally. That's just my opinion. But I don't even use hydrosilics anymore. Can't stay long just seeing this pop up. All right. Thanks, Ryan, for sticking around. What made you start detailing? Kind of necessity. I actually have a video, which I should probably redo that one. It was about almost a year and a half ago. I did a video on kind of like my introduction, meeting me. If you want to look back in the older videos, you can. You'll probably find it. I think I gave it a goofy title, like Allow Myself to Introduce Myself, something stupid like that. But I explained some of the stuff in there. But basically, I wanted to do the bumper painting business that I was doing years ago, but the startup cost was so much. But I was already getting into cars and paint and all that stuff. And I kind of stumbled across detailing, and that was a cheaper startup. And I just went down the rabbit hole of detailing and products and Auto Geek forums and all the different forums on there, and that just got me hooked. So that's how I got hooked into it. And the more I did it, the more I got into it. I'm the type of person, once I get into like a hobby or something that I enjoy doing, once I see the benefit of it, I kind of go a little OCD on it. I go a little crazy on it. My wife can attest to that. So that's what I did. But with detailing, I was just looking up all the different videos, asking questions on forums, calling people, getting as much knowledge as possible, and then just going out and literally hitting the streets with our little detailing setup, which I just found pictures of. I'll have to make a video on this. So many videos, so little time. I have pictures of our very first setup 10 years ago. So I'll have to share that with you guys later on. But man, some of the stuff that we started with, I mean, it was fine starting out like that, but we've come a long way. Now we have the nice detailing trailer, which I always wanted, which again wasn't really too expensive. So I'll have to share those pictures with you guys later. But that's how I got into detailing, and I grew from there. So let me look down some of the questions here. And let's see. Do you or anyone here have an undercarriage spray attachment to power washer? Oh, I really wanted to get one of those. You can find those on Amazon to put, like a long extension wand on your gun. I should buy one of those. Actually, I should buy one for the winter. Now that we're going into winter, I'll probably need that. So I'm going to look into that, Ryan. Spray sealant or paste? Ooh. I'm not a big paste sealant or wax guy. Liquid wax, yes, because you can apply it with a polisher. Much easier. So I would say for that instance, spray sealant. But I do like the cream sealants a lot. I really like Jessicar Power Lock. I've been using that recently. Love that stuff. Amazing to use on black paint, hot temperatures in the sun. Wipes off like a breeze. It's crazy. It works really well. And I've been using this stuff. Seal and Squeal from Lithium. This stuff also works very well in the sun, in the heat, on black cars. And this stuff is a really, really good sealant. It also has a light, like light polishing agents in it. So kind of like an all-in-one, but it doesn't have super heavy cut or anything, just a nice light polish. But this is great as a sealant. So this or Jessicar Plus is what I've been using recently. So let's see. What is your bad, fail, funny experience throughout your detailing career? All right, let me think. There is one that stands out. I don't know if I should tell it. It doesn't matter. Okay, let me see if I can relate this so that it's not... If anyone watches this, the customer watches this, they're not going to know that it's him. So I was working on this one vehicle, this nice like Mercedes wagon, and it has the shifter on the knob behind the steering wheel. You have to press the button in to push it to park. And we're working on the vehicle, and I wanted to put it into park. For some reason, I had taken it out. I think I had backed it up, and I was going to push it into park. Thought I pressed the button, and I didn't, and got out of the vehicle, and it started rolling. But I had still had my foot in the vehicle as it was rolling, and I jumped back in and stopped it, put it into park before it hit the customer's little stone wall. And it came pretty close, like a foot or two from that wall. The customer didn't see. He was actually outside talking on the phone, but his daughter saw, like his little daughter saw. I felt so stupid, and I just kind of wrote it off as nothing. Like, oh, not a problem. I just backed it back up and continued to work on it. But I think the little kid saw me do that, but it was just a close call. That was about it. I'm sure there are other things that we have done that I'll see if I can think about. But that was one that kind of stands out that we still kind of joke about today, that little kid saw it, and I don't know if she tried to get her dad to look or something to see, what had happened. Like I almost hit this stone wall. But yeah, so that could have really ruined our day. So I'll try to think about something else that happened to us. How do you rate the Turtle Wax hybrid solutions? So I did get a chance to play with some of them, and I'm really looking forward to the polishing wax and the wet wax. I think those two are going to be the ones that we use the most in our mobile detailing jobs. The spray coating I'm also very interested in, but that one you need to use on a dry surface, which is fine. I'm okay with that. But sometimes, like on our maintenance washes, we like to use either the Automagic, what's that stuff called? I already forgot what it was called. But basically you apply it wet onto the paints and you can dry it. It uses a drying aid. So the new ceramic hybrid solutions wet wax is that. You spray it onto a wet panel, your paint, your plastic, your glass, and you use it as a drying aid. You wipe it on, instant water beading, super tight beads like it was just coated. Pretty awesome. And even on the plastics. We did it on bare plastic side mirrors on this Jeep. You know how Jeeps are. They have tons of plastic. And wiped it on and hit it with water, and it beaded immediately like it was coated. So that's awesome. And I'm really excited about the polish wax because that might be like my new all-in-one or paint enhancement that I do mobily. And it'll leave some amazing protection behind. So those two I'm really looking forward to. The 3-in-1 detailer, we'll see. So I'm not that big of a spray detailer type of person, but we'll see. But the spray coating also will be really, really good. That could be something where we wash, prep the paint, dry everything, and just apply that. And it would be really good, strong, coating, a good sealant to use. So it could be a good coating for the winter. But from what I've seen, working in direct sunlight in 95-degree weather in Arizona, and that stuff is working on dark-colored paints, yeah, we saw it firsthand. Pretty awesome. What's up, Chavez? How's it going? So, Phil, do I use an interior or exterior pre-inspection form to note defects? So I used to, but I don't really do that anymore. So when it comes to mobile detailing, the name of the game with that is speed and efficiency, and sometimes that takes too long, and sometimes the customer is not even there. I have so many customers that don't haven't even met me yet, and the good thing about YouTube is some of them have met me through YouTube, and instantly they have confidence in us, which is amazing. Um, but many of them haven't even met us yet, and they don't meet us there. They simply communicate through text, phone call, whatever. They're busy working at home. We do their vehicle. They pay online. We leave. We haven't even met them. Actually, face to face, haven't met them. So to go through a pre-inspection form type of thing, I don't know, it's just not efficient for us. However, I do have a form that I send them via email, which is on our website too, and that's kind of what I call like the peace of mind form or the acknowledgement form, and that lists a ton of stuff. So it will list if there are defects. I will ask them if there is anything interior or exterior that they're concerned about, and I go from there. But that acknowledgement form covers things like we're not liable for certain damages that may have already been there, so it alerts the customer about that. And I am making it a habit to at least just record before and after of every job, especially for new customers, not necessarily repeat ones, but new customers, people I don't know yet. And I will go through the camera and notice anything, any damage or anything like that, especially if it's a trashed vehicle and you know there might be some damage. Go through that. Have your camera and just quickly go through it. That way at least you have footage, and then go through after and show before and after footage. So just have that, it could just be like literally 2 minutes, 3 minutes video that you just keep on the side for a couple of weeks just to make sure. That way your customer can't come back after you and say this happened, you will have video footage. That's your insurance. Make sure to at least do that. And we've been diligent. We've tried to make sure to do that as much as possible. So let me scroll through some of the questions. And let's see. How long does it take to do a full detail? With the two of us, some of the longest ones we've done, up to 5 hours on really bad vehicles that are like big SUVs and they're trashed completely. So that's like 10 man hours. Some details, some full details on a sedan, sometimes can take us less than 3, sometimes like 2.5, because they're not trashed and we don't have to pull out everything to clean them. Our steamer or just all-purpose cleaners clean up everything perfectly, and we're done in like 2.5 hours. And that's with the exterior being washed, clay barred, using our polishing wax and everything. So it all depends. It all depends on how bad it is. But it is nice having my wife work along with me. She's super fast and efficient. We have a good routine, and we can knock out some of these details really, really quickly, which is nice, and get perfect results, or really good results at least. All right, Quentin, thanks for stopping by, man. Yeah, I'm going to try to do these live streams maybe once a week, maybe once a month. I don't know. As soon as I can. I mean, as many as I can. So have a good night, man. Do I make pretty good money detailing for a living? Ugh, that's subjective. I mean, we make a living. We have, a place that we rent here, a nice house that we rent, and with a garage, which is like, a little over $1,000. It's like $175 rent. We have our expenses. We have a car payment. I have a little bit of a payment on my truck that will be paid off in like 6 months or so. Normal car, expenses, business expenses, stuff like that. Yeah, we make a living. We don't make a ton of money. I'd like to be able to step it up a little bit more and offer more paint corrections and more ceramic coatings, because you do make more money doing that in less time. But, it all depends on your area, your demographic. The seasons make a difference. The economy sometimes makes a difference. We've noticed ups and downs, and we're able to kind of track it. We know that even during the holidays, sales will, our services go down because people are focused on shopping. But sometimes they'll go up if they want to buy gift cards, because we offer like gift certificates. It all depends. It all depends. But yeah, we make a living. I'll just tell you, we make like $65,000 a year. We pay about sometimes $3,000 in taxes. That's the reality of it. That's how much we make. I'm being pretty transparent on that. I am going to be very honest about the YouTube aspect and making money on that. I do want to make money on YouTube. I do. And I make a little bit, like an average $200 a month with the Amazon affiliates, which really help. And I know some of you guys buy the stuff from the Amazon affiliate links. That helps. It really does. Actually, this month we're doing pretty good on the Amazon affiliate. It's like 250. So every little bit helps. And that money I use to put right back into the business. So I buy more products. I buy more camera stuff and buy more products to use and test out. I do get free products from companies. That's awesome. So if any of you guys, I know some of you are detailers and do-it-yourselfers. You're not just gonna send anybody products, but if you have a product you want me to try, I have so many products in here. My shelves are just stocked with products. And I try to use one of them, each time to get my idea on them and use them and see what they're like. But, if you have a product you want me to use, send it my way, and I'll make a dedicated video to it and even give you a shout out if you do that. Um, that just adds value to the channel. And I might not make money on that right away. I mean, you're sending me a free product, which is great, and companies send me free products, which is great. But I don't make money on that right away. It'd be nice to be sponsored, by a certain company if they want. That's great. But I'm not putting all of my money into that. Detailing is my bread and butter. I'm a laborer. That's what I do. We detail day in and day out. It's hard physical labor, but we can make good money doing it. But it'd be nice to transition just a little bit into training, more YouTube stuff, and get compensated for that. It is nice to do that. So that's why I am starting to transition the channel into more giving to you guys as well. So we'll see where it takes us, but you can definitely make a good living on it. Let's see. I watched your video on the Plastidip mishap. So much respect after watching that. Have you tried any of the Layer Ammo's product? No, I haven't tried any of the Ammo products yet. I've seen a few of them that seem to be pretty good, but I don't know. I just haven't tried them. They're pretty pricey products. They seem to be more like boutique type products, almost like the lithium line is really nice stuff. I really do like their products, but they are pricey. But they're more a little boutique-ish, They're not really products that you use as a mobile detailer. You need products that are highly dilutable, that still work really, really well. So I use a lot of Chemical Guys, Meguiar's. Their detailer line products are amazing. What else? 3D. I use a lot of 3D products also. So those you can buy in jugs, gallon jugs, and dilute them, and they're great. Some of those other smaller companies that make the smaller products, like Lithium and Ammo and a few other ones, great products. But, I'm not going to buy those on a regular basis to use for detailing. It's just not profitable. But they are good products. Don't get me wrong. They're very good products. They're just more boutique-y. If someone has a super nice car and they have the time and they buy those products, that's perfect. That would be what they're designed for. Yeah, that Plastidip job though was horrible. I did not know what to expect with that job, but it came out really, really good. I was really happy. How long is your full detail on a sedan? Oh, okay. I don't know if you may have. I explained a little bit about that, but it can take anywhere between 2.5 hours, if it's not a bad vehicle, up to 5 hours. So that's with 2 people on it. So again, double those hours, like man hours. Can a spray wax like Seal and Shine compared to liquid wax Colonite? You know what? Seal and Shine, from the result that I have been seeing, can definitely stand on its own against Colonite. It really can. I would probably say they're on par, but Seal and Shine is just so much easier to apply. It's a spray format. It's so easy. But with both of those products, they can be touchy when it comes to humidity and heat. I've used both of them in the full sun, in hot heat, on dark colored vehicles, and sometimes they can act up on you a little bit. So you just have to use it very sparingly, have plenty of towels, and if a little streaking occurs, have some quick detailers on you, or some sprays to put on there to kill some of the streaking. But if you're in a controlled environment, I don't know, I think those two, Seal and Shine and Colonite, can go head to head. So, alright, cool. So, some of you guys got to leave. That's no problem. I know it's a Sunday evening. But, yeah, thank you for joining me. And I'll try to keep these these live, videos going. And I have a lot of other videos, my normal videos that come out on Mondays. I try to post them on Mondays at 6 a.m. I don't know, as early as possible. I just chose that for you guys to enjoy. Have I tried any of the Superior Detailing products? No, I haven't, Chavez. I saw you were using some of those on your channel the other day, which, good for you, man. Keep pumping out the videos. Just, I did make the mistake at first of making the videos too long. I know some people don't like long videos, but I call them like my feature length films, the long ones that are like half hour, 40 minutes, 50 minutes. But those are like in depth. If you want to watch all those all the way through, there's a lot of information in there, and a lot of it is random, just going through the ins and outs of vehicles. But keep the videos short. I would suggest at first keep the videos short, and the first one you did, perfect. That was great. So keep going with that. Make 10 minutes to 15 minutes. I'm going to try to keep some of my videos to that length also, because you get more views, more, like people watching the video all the way through, which is really, really good for your channel. I'll still be making the long videos, but I might chop them up into 10 to 15 minute chunks and do parts, that way people look forward to the next ones. I don't know, that might be an idea. I might split them up like that. But the shorter ones, people do like to watch. So you said you love using the Rage. Okay, cool. I'll have to check that out. How to remove the bearing of the Tornador, the SGCB. Oh, you know what? I haven't done that yet. I haven't really opened that thing up. So, I don't know if you can replace... I think you can replace those little nozzles in that Tornador style gun from that company. What is it? The SGCB. But I haven't yet, so I really don't know. I might be replacing that, because that gun was okay, but I'm finding... I think the other official Tornador or the other Tornador tools are more powerful than that one. That one's okay, but I think the other ones are better. So I might switch out and get either the official Tornador one or another type of knockoff, but one that is closer to the actual Tornador. Like the white version, not the black version, but the white one. Let's see. The only ammo products I personally use are the frothy. Oh, that's cool. Whoops. Sorry about that. Pressed the wrong button. They're Hydrate, they're Snow Boost, and Reflex. Okay. Honestly, don't see the appeal for ammo skin since I can get Power Lock Plus. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I figured that wax is like a sealant, But the Frothy, the Hydrate, yeah, the Hydrate look pretty cool. I do like those types of products. And the Snow Boost. So how do you like those? How do you like those ammo products? Flying here. Do you sell or charge Seal and Shine as a traditional wax service, or is it fair to the customer? Buffer versus spray wax. It all depends. If the paint is in good shape, say we detail a vehicle, I clay it, dry it, and the paint is glossy and in great shape, then sometimes I opt to just do a spray sealant, like Seal and Shine, or I have some other ones that I use that are spray sealants, or even like Bead Maker, and I'll just apply that because it is quick, and I don't need to apply with the DA polisher, a cream formula wax or sealant. So it all depends, but I don't change the pricing on it because you're still going to get the same results from that. So it all depends. But if the paint is a little faded and obviously it has no protection on it whatsoever, then I will opt for the wax or the sealant applied with my DA polisher because it lightly polishes and applies the sealant or wax nice and evenly, and the end results are awesome. They always look good. So if they do want to if they want to pay for an extra sealant, then that would be an extra charge. Yeah, I'd charge like $25 if they want to add Power Lock, because it is a more expensive product. It's a premium product. So, or Seal and Shine or any of those, nicer premium products, then it's like $25 extra to apply the sealant instead of the wax. I don't do a sealant and then a wax on top of it for customers like that. Usually I just apply one product and that's pretty much it. I get good results. It's about timing. It's about efficiency. I still get good results and never have complaints about durability, because most of the vehicles that we do, they detail it once a year and then they don't touch it again. I do offer some maintenance programs, but it's on a quarterly basis because I don't have time to do monthly. So that's basically it. If they want me to come out quarterly, then I'll come out quarterly and put a spray booster on it, um, and that's about it. But most of the time we detail vehicles and we don't see them for like a year or two after that. It all depends on the customer. They just want it done once and then they don't touch it again. Let's see. How to price your detailing over the phone unseen, or do you visit the car for estimates? Man, so again, mobile detailing in this area, if we get a call from a customer who's like 30 minutes away, I don't always have time to go there. Sometimes I do estimates if the person insists on it, or if it's maybe a paint correction job, then I will take the time and do a free estimate, go out there, look at the vehicle, because I want to book that appointment. So I will say basically, we're going to go out there, look at the vehicle, and give a quote. Sometimes the person takes it, sometimes they don't. So I've gone out there, given a free estimate, wasted time, and they didn't do anything. So I usually do it over the phone. I just ask tons of questions. If they send me pictures, that's even better. Pictures or video of their vehicle. It makes it more convenient. But yeah, I really don't do estimates and drive out to people like that because it takes a lot of time and it can waste a lot of time as well. So that's one thing about mobile detailing that some guys need to remember. You can offer free estimates, but remember your time. Your time is money, and you don't want to waste your time going to customers just because they want a quote, but they're not going to use you specifically. Be really, really careful about that. We've learned over the years. So we try to do things over the phone. Ammo products are meh. Yeah. I've heard good, I've heard bad. Maybe that's why I haven't tried them yet. There's so many other products. Some of them are a little hype. And again, like boutique-y products. I don't go for boutique products. So, let's see. Any plans for a Halloween special? Nah, man. I don't even celebrate. To be honest, I don't celebrate any holidays whatsoever, guys. It makes things so much easier. I won't go into reasons specifically why. If you want to text me or message me privately, you can do that. But nah, I don't bother with any type of holidays. So I really like Frothy for winter rinseless wash. Oh, that's cool. Combined with winter boost to ward off rust and corrosion. That's cool. Yep, I saw those videos. I stopped using the Reflex because I found Crystal Serum Light better. Oh, cool. You know, guys, I haven't tried Crystal Serum Light. I know. I haven't tried it. I have to. I'll have to just get a bottle and try it. What's up, Tony? I'm back. You're back. What's a good camera to start with? Ooh, some audio-video questions. Man, I go down the rabbit hole with audio-video stuff, too. I'm actually just doing this on my cell phone right now. I have the iPhone XR. And, in fact, I have it hooked up to a little microphone here, like a different type of microphone. It's not just the audio coming from the phone. So how does the audio sound through that? Because I'm actually using a little external mic. This is kind of like my raw detailing setup that I use, and I'll use this camera to do that. The best camera to start with, it's a little pricey, but spend the cash. The Canon G7X Mark II. They came out with the Mark III, but I haven't seen too much of the Mark III yet. It looks like there's some issues with it, but go with the G7X Mark II. I started out, that was my middle camera that I had. I had one before that I wasn't happy with, but that camera is an awesome vlogging camera because it has amazing low light capability, which if you're detailing in your vehicle, you set up the camera on your chair and stuff to get good footage of like the carpet area. The low light capability on that is awesome. Awesome camera. It has its drawbacks. It doesn't have a mic input. You can't exchange lenses on it, but it is a very high-end camera. It's really, really nice. Amazing footage. And the time-lapse on it is amazing. It has a couple of other nice features on it. It is a really good camera. So go with that camera to start. Even the audio is good on it, even without an external mic. I don't know. I wanted to get a different camera, so I got the Canon SL2, which has mic input. I can exchange lenses on it. I get a little bit better quality, but there's drawbacks to it also. It's a bigger DSLR camera, while the Canon G7X Mark II is a mirrorless camera. So it's quicker, but I don't know. There's ups and downs to each. I wish I had both, but I can only afford one at a time for now. But I don't know. I might get it later on if I really boost the YouTube and I need two cameras for whatever reason. I might do that. But that was an awesome camera. I loved it. It was really, really nice. I'm going to look down some of the questions here. Let's see. Also, I recommend a couple of... Oh, yeah, the McKee's 37 products. Yeah, I also agree some of the products aren't really, special. The McKee 37, I need to get their all-in-one. Somebody recommended on our channel that it's better than 3D Speed as far as durability. It's around the same cut and everything, and work in the sun and everything. And it's the same price. On Amazon, I think it was 20 bucks, 25 bucks. The price goes up and down on Amazon all the time for that. But same price. So I'm going to get a bottle of that. I'm going to try that out. I've heard some good things about that. Let's see here. What YouTube detailers do you watch regularly? Ooh, okay. So Jim White hasn't. He puts out his videos, but he when he first started, he was putting them out like weekly of his weekly jobs. So enjoyable to watch. Man, I learned so much from that. He still puts out his videos, but they're more like sometimes monthly or every 3 weeks, as much as he can, because man, that guy works like crazy. He has a lot of stuff going on there, but I watch his channel regularly. Pan the Organizer, I watch regularly now. Brian from Apex, I watch regularly. I watch Fabs regularly because he always has awesome reviews on there. Jimbo's channel, I always watch regularly. Car Cleaning Guru, I always watch. Some of those channels will put them out either weekly or monthly, and I can catch up on them. John from Forensics, I will watch now. I mean, all the detailers that were out there in Scottsdale, I watch regularly. Luke Wilson's channel, I watch regularly as well. He has a lot of good info. Who else? A lot of different channels that I will watch a lot. Those are the main ones that I have pop up all the time that I enjoy watching and just always get information from. Let's see. Have I tried the Poor Boys World? No, I haven't. I haven't tried any of those products. It says Poor Boys, but if I spend too much money on those products, I will be a poor boy. Tony from Ralda says the M50. Oh, I forgot about the M50. You got that camera, Tony. That is really nice. Okay, that should be your camera. Instead of the G7X Mark II, get the Canon M50 because I think it actually is a step up from that, and it has a mic input, and you can interchange. So it's a mirrorless camera that you can interchange the lenses on. Yeah, maybe go with the M50. I was partial to the G7X because I had it for so long, but Tony just got the M50, and that's an awesome camera. Really, really good quality, good footage. P&S Brake Buster has become my de facto tire cleaner and Auto Fanatic wheel cleaner, diluted to where I get more than 6 gallons. Really? Okay, so I tried the Brake Buster the other day on some medium dirty wheels. I wasn't a fan. I just used a 16-ounce bottle. I didn't dilute anything, so I don't know what dilution ratio. I don't know if it's full strength in that bottle. I didn't find it to work that well because I have the Meguiar's wheel brightener, which that's my go-to for really nasty brake dust wheels because you need an acid-based cleaner. I know a lot of guys don't use them, but sometimes you need to use an acid-based wheel cleaner. You just need to. And the wheel brightener just blew it out of the water. It cleaned up the other, like I did a test. I have video footage. I'm going to put out a video on that. The Brake Buster, I wasn't that impressed with. Maybe on the tires, maybe on light cleaning wheels, but I don't know, man. I didn't find it to be that good. The wheel brightener just was so much better. Let's see. So, great to see a tutorial. This is from 215 Detailing, video of service or detail from start to finish, some editing so customers can understand what we do and why we charge what we charge. Yeah, exactly. Maintenance detail, wheels, wheel wells, tires, foam, yep. Yeah, so really that's what this channel started at. That's what I started this channel for. If you look back on my older videos, you'll see that I don't even have an intro. I don't talk during them. It's just footage of work being performed. Like trying to get every aspect of that from exterior foaming, cleaning, wheels, tires, the waxing, the protecting, the polishing, the interior work, the leather, the upholstery, the carpets, everything. I tried to fit everything in there So check out some of the older videos. I might bring some of those back and take footage from them and maybe explain them a little bit more. But yeah, that's a good idea. That's why I started this channel, was for my customers, so they could see, and it's worked. I've had more than like 20 people locally here who call us and schedule appointments because they saw us on YouTube and they recognize us. In fact, this is really cool. I don't know if he's in here. He's watched some of my other videos, but we went out locally to like a place 20 minutes from my house here to do a job. We're working on a vehicle, and this guy just randomly walks up to me, and I thought maybe he was a customer. He wanted some info and wanted to get a card. And he recognized who we were and said, "Hey man, I watch your videos. I really appreciate it. Like, awesome to meet you and all that. And like, I love your videos." I'm like, "How did you recognize me? I didn't have my trail. Like, I don't have graphics on my trailer yet." He said somebody in his work said that there was like a guy and a girl detailing vehicles, and once he said it, he realized it was us because he knew we were in this area, in the Richmond area. So just went right near his place of work, and he just came out and recognized us. I thought that was really cool. That was kind of neat. So let's see. Do you use the rotary on any of mobile work? If so, do you finish with it or have to follow with the DA? All right. So I don't use a rotary like at all, like ever. I have a little mini one that I use with the 3-inch pads all the way to the 1-inch pads. I use on some areas, but I don't use a rotary at all. I started using them years ago, transitioned into DAs and the Rupes polishers, and haven't looked back since. I know some guys say don't be afraid of rotaries. They're fine. Yeah, they're fine. They're okay. I'm sure if I was to use them, I'd get used to it. But personally, I just don't need them. I can do paint corrections fine without them. And to me, just as fast. I know some guys say it's quicker. I don't know. That's subjective. I don't have a problem doing paint corrections. They don't take me forever. They take me an appropriate amount of time. You know, a day or two, compounding and polishing. You know, up to maybe 20 hours or so. I know that sounds like a lot, but, you know, you spend a day and a half, and that can easily get into 15 to 20 hours. So I really don't find that to be a big deal. I've seen guys use rotaries, and it takes that long or longer. So I really don't have a need for them. I might get one later on just to have one and maybe play around with it, but I really don't need to. Does your detailing slow down big time in the winter? Sometimes it can. We had a couple winters back where we worked right through. It's almost like we dodged every single storm, which the storms down here in Richmond are not bad. It's like 3 inches and it melts in 2 days. But we seemed to dodge some of those storms and keep our schedule great. The past 2 winters were rough. I really had to kind of hustle and struggle a little bit and, you know, maneuver our customers around. And we had a couple of weeks where we didn't work at all, and that hurt. So if you're self-employed, you're a mobile detailer, and you're dependent on weather, that hurts. So try to make sure to save some money. But, you know, it doesn't always work. Sometimes it's just you stretch out your paycheck, and you try to save as much money as possible and downsize a little bit and make that money go a little bit longer. But then all of a sudden it'll pick right back up again once the weather becomes a little bit better, and then we're like booked for 3 weeks. So it's up and down. It's up and down. It just happens that way. But sometimes it slows down. January and February here, I would say, are the worst months. You should look up Sporty's Mobile Detailing and Detail Geek. They make it. Oh, yeah. I watch Sporty's, and I love Detail Geek. His videos are awesome. Yeah, really, really nice. I really like his style. Like, really nice, chill, you know, way of making the videos, and really enjoyable to watch. Oh, yeah, I watch their stuff all the time. I forgot to mention them, yeah. Detail Geek, Stauffer's Garage. Those channels have just exploded because they're just detailing these nasty, nasty vehicles. And I know guys give them flack because they're like, how come they got millions of views and hundreds of thousands of subscribers and they're not professional detailers? Who cares? They're putting out awesome content. I'm impressed. I'm trying to mold some of my videos to that so that I can get more views, you know? I don't want to copy them exactly, but their techniques, the way that they film and voiceover and do all that stuff, very, very good. I would never knock those guys, ever, in a million years. In fact, I would love to meet them and talk to them and see how they grew their channel, why they do the videos the way they do, and how they grew it. Awesome. So I watch those videos regularly, too, because it's nice to see how guys detail these nasty, nasty vehicles. Because sometimes they come out great, and then sometimes, they do the best they can, and they will spend a long time on them. Um, and again, it's like real world results. Sometimes they come out great, sometimes they're like meh, but they did the best they can. But man, those channels grew so fast. Really, really awesome work that they did. Let's see. So when you quote a client for exterior detail and you show up and paint is trashed, black paint, yep. Do you try and upsell paint correction because their regular decon service won't make? Sometimes. Yeah, I've had a few where I'm like, you know what? I can go a little bit further on this. But sometimes I don't have the time to do it just then. If we book 3 or 4 hours, an afternoon to do a paint enhancement and we show up and we're like, oh, you need more. I will do what I can then. Because a lot of the time they just want to see results and they want it to be much better. So I will show them. And sometimes I will correct like a portion of maybe the trunk or a door and correct it fully and say, or I could go that far next time. The rest of the vehicle looks great. If you're happy with it, perfect. Like sometimes they come out and they look at it and they're like, perfect, that's all I wanted. And other times they're like, yeah, maybe I want to go a little bit further. But I've already talked to them before and said, look, do you want me to continue with this? And then maybe you can talk about the paint correction later. And many of them will say, yes, let's start with this first. If it doesn't come out great, then let's, do the paint correction later. So most of the time, that can actually be to your benefit because you kind of are making double the money. And if the customer wants to pay for it, that's up to them. Just communicate to them. You do this service first, but maybe 6 months down the road or a year, if you want to go further, come in for a full paint correction. And now you've charged for a paint enhancement, and then 6 months to a year, you've kind of locked down a paint correction with them. So communicate with that, with them, and hopefully you can make a customer for life if you can do that. So, yeah, not all the time will I change it up on the fly because I don't always have time to do that. And plus, I want my paint corrections to come to me because I have my environment in here. So paint enhancements, yeah, I will just do my best, communicate with the customer, and if they want to go further, book something else later on and go further. So let me look down some of the questions here. Thanks for your reply and also your... Oh, gazebo advice. Oh, cool. Got one for the sun. Now oh, that's awesome. Who said that here? Foud? Is that how you pronounce the name? Okay, cool. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I like that cascade canopy that they sent me. That thing is really nice. That's a heavy-duty canopy, that pop-up canopy. I have another one that's a 10 by 10. So I have two of them. Sometimes I'll pop them up, sometimes I won't. It all depends. But yeah, good choices. Good choices. Are you successful in taking new clients into monthly maintenance clients? Sometimes, but to tell you the truth, I used to do a lot of monthly maintenance clients, but you got to be careful not to overbook yourself because I found that sometimes I would have a day full of monthly ones that I only charge maybe $75, sometimes 60, but up to trying to charge more for that because it takes a lot of time, but $75 monthly, and you got to time that just right because you want to make room for full details too. You don't want a day of just maintenance details because you go through them quick, maybe an hour and a half or so. With me, maybe an hour because my wife and I work together. You can pack like 4 or 5 of those in a day, but that's a lot of traveling and that's not a lot of money for all the traveling that you're doing. So sometimes it would end up that they're all in one day, and I didn't want that. I want to do like 2 full details a day or 1 full detail a day. So I limit how many monthly ones I can do realistically. So now I've transitioned into quarterly, and I charge like $150 to $175 for almost the same thing, but a little bit more extensive, better vacuuming, better exterior, washing and protecting, and being a little bit more detailed with that like express maintenance detail that I do on a quarterly basis. So quarterlies are much better. I can keep track of them. Monthly can get away with you, especially if the weather is bad. Then you start pushing those out further. It's really hard to keep up on them. So I have a few monthly, but then I have a few bi-monthly and a few quarterly. And I like the quarterly ones better. I always charge $150, $175 for quarterly, $75 to $80 for monthly or bi-monthly. Let's see. Look down some of these. What method of payment do you accept? Any bad experiences with payment issues? Yeah. So I love cash or check, easy, but I also use Square. So I love Square. They have been amazing. Their customer service has been amazing, and they actually have protected us. I have a video that I put out months ago about dealing with a bad customer. I've had a few of them. Um, Customers who still owe money, but they never will pay, unfortunately. And they're blacklisted, basically. You blacklist people like that because that's just not fair. That's not fair to you. So yeah, we've had a few people that just refuse to pay, or they say they will online. You send them an invoice and they just don't. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. I mean, that is like 5% or less of your customers out there. So I've had a few people that they paid through invoice and then they tried to retract the payment, but it was through Square. So they put, I forget what the official word is on it, but like a stop on the payment or something. And Square basically says, do you want to fight that or do you want to just give the money back? This one time, I fought it because I took footage of the entire vehicle. In and out, really good footage. The customer complained that there was dirt on the seat. After 2 weeks, they called 2 weeks later. Yeah, already, a red flag, comes up. 2 weeks later, they claim they didn't touch the car and move it, and they want us to come back and clean it. And they were angry and very belligerent on the phone, very rude. So right away, we're like, nope, that's bad. I blocked the number, blocked the email, didn't respond. Just I said I was going to do something about that. Like, what do you mean? I questioned, but they were getting belligerent. So nope, I do not deal with any type of abuse. I consider that like abuse, basically. But a couple of months later, she tried to get that money back. I sent Square all of the information, the video from YouTube. They could track when she wanted to retract the payment. It was like months later. She said she was unhappy with the service. So I gave Square all the information, and they went in our favor. So we won, and we got the money. But it was because we had all the footage, and obviously, it was untrue. So they were just trying to get something for free, or just a person who, you're going to get a few of those. So, yeah, we've had some people that do that, but nah, 95 or more % of the people are not going to give you issues. And using Square appointments, amazing for mobile detailers. If it's just you, if you don't have employees, it's free. So download the Square. If you don't have Square already, sign up for it. If you want, wait to the end of the video because I want to put links down below to getting Square, because you will get free, like $1,000 free processing, and I'll get $1,000 free processing. It's like a little plug. It's nice. So if you want to wait to the end of the video, let me process it, like maybe tomorrow or something. Or if you want to just email me, that might be better. Email me at mirandadetailing@gmail.com, and I'll send you a link to the Square so you can get it set up, and you'll get $1,000 like free processing first, basically. So it'll go to you and to me. So, and a little bit helps. But use Square, sign up for the appointments app because you can book appointments through there. You can do online booking through your website. It's so awesome to use. And you can do no-show payments. It sends automatic reminders, and it protects you. So when people book online, you can choose for them to pay in full or pay like a retainer, not a retainer, but hold their credit card info so you can charge for no-shows. A lot of protection when it comes to that. So Square voted in our favor. Their customer service was amazing, and I even did videos praising Square, and they sent me links saying, hey, thanks for the feedback. Here's another $1,000. Like, they've given me a few $1,000s of free processing. So I gotta say, amazing customer service. And it's saved us on these jobs. So if you're not using Square already, please do it. Email me, I'll send you a link. We'll both get $1,000, free processing. So let me just look at some of the questions here. Again, I've been blabbing. Let's see. Thank you, Hassan. Love watching our channel. Thank you. How many years have you been detailing, and how long does it take for it to take off? We hit our 10-year mark, Andrew. We hit our 10-year mark September last month. It flew by. Wow, 10 years. It took, the first year was, I gotta be honest, guys, the first year was miserable. we're begging people to wash your car. I mean, you don't have any reputation, you got nothing. It takes a while to start off. But, I had said this before in some other videos and podcasts with other guys. We ran Groupon, and Groupon worked for us. It did back then. In fact, we might be doing something with them again, but we control it. Control what you do with Groupon if you're going to run an ad with them. You can have full control of that. And it was really good in the beginning. In the middle, it was kind of crappy. Now they've changed their motto a little bit, and it might be good again. But if you're just starting out, do something like that, but fully control it. If you have questions about that, feel free to hit me up. Email me, call me, text me about the Groupon thing, because we are going to do it again, but we're doing something a little different. We're controlling it and using it really to our benefit. So if you have questions about that, feel free to contact me, and I'll try to give best advice I can, because you can make it work to your advantage. Have a good website, good web presence like that makes a huge difference, and it can make you take off. Just use it to your advantage. So let me look at a couple of other questions. Let's see. Has your wife been detailing for the entire... Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, we started, both of us. My wife and I started from the beginning, 10 years. And, at first it was difficult for both of us to work together. We had to find our rhythm. But now, man, we have a good rhythm. And she's not a detail fanatic like I am. Like, I can get into it and go crazy. She's amazing. She does amazing work, but she also knows how to, like, not worry about it so much and not go so crazy like I do. She can turn it on and off. When she's in business mode, she is business and she gets to work. And then when we're done, she's like, I'm done. I want to rest. I want to relax and chill. That's what she does. I continue with videos and products and all this other stuff. But yeah, she's been working with me for 10 years, and it's really been awesome. It's actually been really good for our relationship. We work together well. That's just us. We just work really good together. And actually, we worked together in the past. Her family owned a painting business, like interior painting, residential, commercial, and we used to work together there. So I worked with her family for years. So we just transitioned to this, and it just worked well. So we had the same mindset, which was good. Have you ever done a car that the owner just takes so good care of it that you secretly decide, hey, I'm using the really good products on the car because... Yeah, actually I will. If a car is in super good shape and it's beautiful, and I'm like, you know what, the interior is going to take us like an hour at the most, then I'll actually give them free upgrades, and I won't even tell them. I'll be like, you know what, I put on, like at the end I'll tell them, like I put on a sealant, I use Just Cow Power Lock or lithium sealant squeal or some other nicer sealant. I just threw it in for free. Your car is in such good shape. I'm just going to use some nice stuff on it. Not to say that I'm going to use junk products on junk cars, because I don't. I will use like the Meguiar's D301, the finishing wax, which it's a cheaper wax. It's affordable. It's not cheap. It's affordable. Amazing results. I know some of you guys have tried it and have used it. Amazing results. So I'll use that on trashed paint if they don't want any type of enhancement or anything, because it does polish and it does an amazing job on vehicles. So I'll use it on like trashed paint. If it's paint that is failing and flaking, no. I will not use a polisher on it. I will use some sort of a spray wax or spray sealant. Not even a spray sealant, a spray wax. Because most of the time the customer's like, just make it look better. I just want it clean. I don't care. So I'm not going to use a good product on paint that is actually flaking and failing. That doesn't make sense. I'll just use like a spray wax and that's it. But again, you communicate that to the customer. Don't just, use whatever, more inexpensive products on paint and say that you did all this work to it. Be upfront, be honest. Most of the time, 95% of the time, customers will be completely fine with that if you're upfront and transparent with them. How did you train her to assist you how did I train her? I didn't train her. We trained each other. We trained ourselves. When we first started, we didn't have anything, we didn't have any real knowledge of detailing. I was just looking up videos and on the forums and trying to get his best knowledge. And then we would just share. I'd be like, hey, hon, we did this and this and this. This is how I learned how to clean this leather. And then we would both attack it and find what worked best with us. And then she would find other methods. She'd be like, why don't we use this? Why don't we use this? Like, why not this product? And she'd do her own research and do stuff herself and found out the best techniques and products on our own. So we both kind of did it ourselves. Um, so yeah, she's been awesome with it. Um, so hope that answers your question. We both kind of trained ourselves. Um, Hello from Mexico. Hey, how's it going, Abraham? I got a new method for 5-minute interiors. Hope to share it soon. Oh, cool. That's awesome. Let me know. To me, the best part of the detailing is the drill brush cleaning and the extraction. I know. Yep. Yep. When you finish with your customer car, do you put air freshener? I don't use air fresheners. I actually found a lot of customers in our area don't like it. But a lot of our products smell good. Like our glass cleaner, some of the interior like APCs actually do smell good. And that lingers a little bit, but I want like a neutral scent. I don't want any smell in the car at all. Um, I do use the drill brush in my extractor, but like you see on so many other channels, again, like on Stauffer's Garage, the Detail Geek, they use it on every single one because that's their focus. That they're focusing on that one vehicle. They have all the time in the world. They do it. They take their time on it. But as a mobile detailer, if you see a vehicle that is trashed, yes, you do need to pull out all that stuff. Pull out all your equipment, the steamer, the drill brush, the extractor, the whole bit, and get to work on it and try to get the results as best you can using all those tools. But then sometimes you get a vehicle where you're like, spot here, steam, or just use APC, use the dry, shampoo method, done. You don't need to pull out all that stuff. It's redundant. It's like too much. So it all depends on the job. But it is really satisfying when you get a grungy vehicle and you use the drill brush and the extractor and you pull up all that junk. Man, that is nice. That is nice to see. It's nice to watch, but it's also satisfying to do yourself, to accomplish. Email address link. You just type in Miranda Detailing. Since this is live, I don't know if I can. No, I don't think I can edit. Can I type back? No, I don't think I can. Well, you can just do Miranda Detailing, MIRANDA Detailing at gmail.com. So you can just email to that. Or if you want, if you're in the U.S., you can text me or call me 804-972-3051. So 804-972-3051. You can text me. Just don't text me or call me yet because I'm using my phone live. Let me look at some of the questions here. How do you stay cool in the dead hot summer months? We don't. It stinks. We have our cooler with ice. We'll put towels, water, coconut water. I don't drink the Gatorade colored drinks anymore. It's garbage. I don't like it. Pure, organic coconut water. I know some people don't like the flavor, but if you keep it ice cold and chug it, if you don't like the flavor, you can get past it. If you do like the flavor, no problem. I'm like so-so. Super cold coconut water, you chug that and then water after it. Oh, you feel so good. Way better than any of the sodas and colored drinks and Gatorade junk. Don't even go for that. That actually will cool your body down. It makes you feel really, really good. It replaces, all the salts and electrolytes and all that stuff, and it makes you feel really, really good. But if it's super, super hot, I do have a fan in there, which blows hot air, I know, but it at least gives some sort of a breeze. And I will put towels in the ice, and if it's so, so hot, just take a break, take that wet, freezing cold towel, and just plaster it on your face and your head, and it'll cool you down. It sometimes even gives you like an ice cream headache because it's so cold on your head. But that will cool you down, and then you can work for like another 20, 30 minutes or so. It's rough. It is really, really rough in the hot months. Have I tried the Napa aluminum brightener? Works good. $17? No, I haven't. Napa aluminum. You mean for the wheels? Like for like wheel brightener? Like McGuire's wheel brightener? I'll have to check it out. Yes, communication and honesty is key to keeping a good report. Yep, exactly. Yeah. Just keep the communication open with your customer. You will learn over time, over the years, you'll be able to kind of read your customer a little bit. Like when you first meet them, be super friendly and outgoing and talkative. And sometimes, like we have seen, we get a vibe from some people, a bad vibe that is, and we are very, very wary. I don't know what it is. I can't explain it, but sometimes it's something that they say or their attitude, or they will say something just a little off, something that just doesn't make sense. I think one customer said, um, you're going to remove that, right? You're going to do this, right? You're going to do that, right? When obviously we had already explained it. So something just didn't feel right with that. We got a weird vibe, and my wife and I looked at each other like, you got to be careful with this one. Let's do footage, and be careful. You just get a weird vibe from people. So I don't know. You just gotta be really really careful about that, and just be completely honest and upfront, and try to read people a little bit like that. Some people, if they're like, no, I don't care. Like, I want you cleaning the vehicle. I trust you. Go ahead, and then they're happy at the end. No problem, and that's great. But yeah, just don't be too. The only advice I can give with that is don't be too gullible. Don't give too much stuff away. Be friendly and everything and professional, but don't be too gullible. Like, try to read your customer as much as possible. Look for anything that might be a little off, where they might give you a hard time. That's just with any business. You got to read the customer like that and just be very very careful. Um, Live chats every Sunday, maybe. Man, I've gone on for like an hour and a half. I'm gonna have to wrap it up soon. So I would like to keep it to an hour, but I figured I hadn't done it in a while. I want to talk to you guys, answer any questions. That would be nice though. I'll try to do either Saturday, maybe not Saturday, because I know Brian from Fab and Mean Bee do it, and I like to jump on theirs. So definitely check out their live ones also. So Quentin from Mean Bee, he was on here earlier. You can check out in the live chats. Check out his channel. Um, Brian from Fab Automotive Detailing, he does a live chat. It's really fun to just jump on there and chat with him. And it's a good way to check out other channels as well. So those guys have been doing it recently. I'm trying to think of anyone else who might be doing it, but I'll try to do it. I'll try to maybe keep an hour on Sunday. That might be nice. Going to SEMA, man, I wish. Um, it takes a lot financially to do that, and I wish at this point in our business, it would have been nice if we had maybe a company sponsor us to pull us out there, to bring us out there. I'm not going to beg people to do that. I don't think it's appropriate. But, maybe next year. We're trying something where we're having some communication with some other detailing YouTubers, and maybe they might help us to get there next year. I think that would be really really cool. I think that would be an awesome experience for us, and I would bring the camera along. I'd make kind of a day of it and videos and everything, and I'd love to be able to meet the different companies that go out there and see some of the new stuff. But man, I wish I could go at least every other year. Every year would be great, but man, it costs a lot. It'd probably be like a good grand or so or more for both of us to go out there, and I would only go with my wife. I would never go alone. We do things together. So it would be me and her going out. We make it like a little weekend. I mean, not a weekend because it's on the week, but a couple of days of it. Enjoy it being out there. So we'll see. We'll see if we can do that next year, hopefully. You'll go next year. Cool. Saving up. Awesome, Andrew. Nice. I know. It would be really nice. It would be nice if some of the bigger companies can sponsor little guys like us, detailers who really try to do detailing the right way, and share content with you guys, because it means advertising for them too. It'd be nice. So who knows? Maybe some company will help out and sponsor us to go out there and do whatever we need to do to share knowledge and products and all that stuff. So yeah, Vegas is pricey now. Oh yeah. Yeah, when I saw the prices that Turtle Wax spent on us going to Phoenix, yikes, we would have never been able to afford that. I mean, we can charge it, but that's just not smart. So it's a lot of money to go out there, a lot of time and stuff. So we'll see. I think the only way we'd be able to go out there is if some company, generously helped us to get out there and paid for it. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. So I think I'm going to wrap it up, guys. I want to thank all of you guys for joining me on the chat. And again, I will try to do this weekly, maybe every week, or every other week. That would be nice. Maybe on a Sunday evening like that, starting at 5 o'clock. I'll see if I can do it on a regular basis. And yeah, feel free to join me on here. Ask any questions that you might have. And I'll try to keep you guys updated on our detailing business, our world, what we're doing. We do have a lot of stuff coming up. The whole turtle wax thing, once we get our hands on those chemicals. Hey, what's up from Portugal? Nice. Once we get our hands on those turtle wax hybrid solution chemicals, I'm going to have a blast with those. I will definitely be making tons of videos. Some of my other videos might go on the side, and I will, they'll come out eventually, but I'm going to really focus on those because I want to test every single one of them in the real world. I will try to do some like real world raw detailing footage, kind of unedited. Like I'm going to do some videos where I don't have the intro and all that stuff. I might do that. Let me know if that's too much, or do you like it to be a little bit more production style, so it's a little bit more entertaining that way, or do you just want, boom, on the spot detailing, that's it, kind of raw footage? Because sometimes it looks good, sometimes it doesn't. So I try to make it look as professional and as nice as possible, because I want you guys to actually see the work being done and have it be entertaining and pleasant, but also get some value from it. So let me know what you guys think about that. All right, guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up for the evening. Again, thank you guys for joining me. Check out all the other channels, the channels that we talked about, all the other videos that I have. After this live chat, I'll go on my computer and I'll put some of the links down below. And if you've already emailed me, that's awesome. If you feel like calling me or texting me, feel free to do so. I'll try to give, a few minutes of my time to you guys because I think that's important. So everybody have a good night. Everybody stay safe. Hopefully we'll see you guys maybe next Sunday. So we'll see. All right, take care. Have a good night, guys.